Okay. We are live. I've got a big search thing on my screen. I probably don't need that. That was that. Oh, that was some Ed Bassmaster I was watching. Get me ready for my show. Good morning. Please show us on the dole where the U.S. federal government is threatening you with mandates. That's right. Big right-wing talking point there. The government is trying to control us and
Dabs 4 days.
And
good morning, Nick.
And keep you from living your lives and taking your freedom away from you and forcing you to wear these masks on your face and forcing you to get vaccinated. Well, you're going to have to show me where that's going on.
Good morning.
Hey, Nick.
How's the weather?
It's rainy.
Dabs 4 days. Tested positive for COVID this
Oh,
morning.
I'm sorry, Dabs, for days that you tested positive. I hope you're going to do okay, man. I got a real good friend's got COVID right now. A lot of people getting sick. But that's okay. We're just going to talk really quick about something Willie Bragg said to me on Twitter. Willie said, he made this claim that the United States government is threatening mandates again. So I said, great, show me where so I could talk about it, right? He can't show me anything where anybody is recommending or, forcing mandates or suggesting that they're going to start a mandate of any kind. So,
Steven,
this is my question to you. My question to you is, where do you guys hear this from? That's all I'm saying, is show me where the government is making this claim, and let's get right down to the bottom of it. If somebody can produce the evidence that shows either the spokesperson for the White House, Joe Biden himself, Kamala Harris, any one of the members of his administration, or the numerous talking heads that go out on all the news programs and speak for the administration, said these things about mandates. Can any... Hi, Mrs. Ramsey. Welcome to my show.
Haven't seen anything about it.
Thank you for being here, Mrs. Ramsey, on Rumble.
Haven't heard nothing.
Thank you so much.
Jake Worthley.
Hey, Jake.
I've seen it on 2Tick, but nothing credible.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it on TikTok.
Jake Worthley.
You know.
TikTok.
Yeah, from some TikTok content creator. You know, like I heard it from Willie Bragg. You know, he's a YouTube and Rumble content creator. Yeah, I also heard it from other morons. Not that Willie's a moron. I'm sorry, Willie. I heard it from other people who I consider to be morons. I don't consider Willie to be a moron, but I think he's getting swept up by a bunch of right-wing nut jobs that are leading him to believe things that aren't true. He went out of his way to try to show me an article. And the article said, yeah, the Biden administration is suggesting you guys get vaccinated. I was like, show me where it says mandates. Show me where it says mask mandates or vaccine mandates. So far. So, hey, man, I'm willing to keep an open mind. But you're going to have to show me where you're getting this information from is all I'm saying. And if you can't do that, well, then I'm not going to believe you. And I'm going to laugh at you. You know, if you just heard it from some content creator on TikTok, well, that I ain't buying it. Mountain Sea Media. Hello, Mountain Sea Media on Rumble. How are you? So good to see you. Thank you for tuning in today, Mountain Sea Media. Why did he pop into my head this way? That's funny. My buddy Jeff, the guy that did all the recording for me in my studio when I owned Crush Studios, he's contacted me on the phone. Him and I are talking.
Dabs 4 days.
We're just talking
Thanks
shit,
a lot,
having
Nick.
fun.
104 D.
That is my job, Mountain Sea Media. I'm here
Where's
to give them
HT in
hell.
my life?
That is exactly what I will do.
Hollyhorn.
Do my thing and give them
Private.
hell.
Looks
Nobody
weird.
can stop me, no matter what they think. They're not going to stop me from doing this. I'm going to do my show every day. I'm going to come in here, get high with my friends,
holler.
and we're going to have fun.
Good day, Nick.
And you guys can subscribe to any kind of amount of bullshit that's talked about me or not, and I'm going to keep doing my show. So, Holly Hornay, hello. Tina Holler, hello. Dabs for Days, hello. Jake Worthley, hello. So glad to see so many of you coming in this morning. 104 degrees, fever for 14 hours straight, worst night of your life. Dabs for Days, that's from COVID? My God, 104 degree fever, bro, from COVID. Oh, God, that sounds brutal. I can't even imagine.
Dabs 4 days. THC really makes COVID way worse for me.
Yeah, I don't know anything because I've never had COVID, but, when that whole rumor came out that cannabis was, blah, blah, blah about COVID, and I was like, I was like, yeah, you're going to have to show me the evidence and the research. And people tried to, and it was all bullshit. And I was like, well, you've got nothing, so I'm not going to subscribe to it until you can show it to me. And yeah, it's...
Fevers are no fun.
No way, people talk bullshit about you? Mountain Sea Media. They try to, but people keep coming to my show, and no matter what they say, people keep showing up to my show. So thank you for showing up to my show, all of you guys. Man, there's so many of you here right now. I just want to say I love every single one of you for coming in here right now. It really means a lot. I really love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We get high with a little help from our friends. Yes, we do. We get hop in this bitch. Mountain Sea Media says, fire to Mrs. Ramsey.
No, I'm a total advocate for cannabis in any other aspect, but I recommend anyone with COVID avoid it for a few days.
Sure.
Love Yanni, thanks a lot for the kind words, really DED right now.
Yeah, I would never tell anybody that cannabis prevents COVID or is the cure for it.
But in January, they tried to introduce a bill that federal agencies cannot mandate masks, AGA.
Oh, that federal agencies can't mandate masks.
The first 4 days were brutal. I tried to stay active, so that may have helped. Hope you feel better soon, Dad.
So they're making a law for something that's...
Jake Worthley.
Right.
Again. S.172. No Mask Mandates Act of 2023.
Right, so they're making a law for something that doesn't exist. How typical of Republicans to try to drum up fear. And people like Willie Bragg and all of his right-wing nutjob friends, they all freak out over it. Right? Why? Because some dumb Republicans tried to pass a stupid bill for a law that wasn't required over things that aren't happening. So you all freak out, oh, the government's trying to push mandates. No, the Republicans are trying to make it look like the government's trying to push mandates on you, so you'll support them more. That's all that is. You're getting suckered. So when you could show me the mandate law, we'll talk about it. When you could show me the vax mandate or the mask mandate law that they're even suggesting it, tell me who it is so I could call them out for the bitch that they are. And let's talk about it. But until you can, we can't even talk about it. We can't even have a conversation until you can come with some facts, folks. That's how that works. That's how having a conversation works, man. You don't just base it off of something that some moron said, he feels like, it's just like this trying to battle CRT in schools here or LGBTQ or whatever the hell they try to go after to get you all drummed up and scared over shit that ain't happening. Still masking? Good for you, Holly. Good for you.
Steven. POSGOP.
Well, you can't blame a political party for politicking, right? That's what they do. And I don't hold that. Actually, I don't hold that against the Republicans. I hold it against people like Willie Bragg, the people who are supposed to be the truth tellers, to see through the veil, to see through the curtain, man.
I get tired.
It blows my mind that he literally is telling people the government is threatening mandates and can't produce a single shred of evidence to back up any of it. Back it up. That's all I'm saying. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up. Little George from Seinfeld in there for you. Tired of Republicans, Democrat bullshit. Bird of a feather flock together. All the same bird. Right, Tina Holler. Exactly. And when one of them tries to call out the other one on something that isn't true, I'm going to call them out on that bullshit too. And that's what I'm doing right now. And hopefully you guys appreciate that. And you can see more of, you broaden your blinders when you watch the show. We make it a little bit more visible for you. You get a little bit more in your periffs when you watch this show. I hope. So, it's funny because I had a feeling that this is the way the show was going to go this morning. I had a feeling I was going to ask for some evidence to show that the government was even suggesting that they were even looking at mandates, let alone writing legislation around it. And nobody can produce anything, not from YouTube, not from Facebook, not from Rumble, not from Kick. Not a single shred of evidence that anybody in my audience or Willie Bragg was able to. You guys want me to show you what Willie Bragg sent me on Twitter? Oh, the Biden administration is suggesting that you get vaccinated.
Holly Horn. No, they're not.
They're
Tina
not.
Holler. Get to stare at your handsome face.
Oh, Tina, thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's very nice of you. They're not. So you guys can Google it. You guys can go on the MSM. You guys can go on the Rumble and the Kick. Try to get the craziest fucking podcasters you know. I don't care. Show me the evidence that the government is toying around with mandates so I can speak out against it, because I am against it too, but I am also for the truth, and I am not for chicken littling people into fear of their own government that's not even doing anything to them. At least around that one thing. You know, we could be talking about so many other things the government is doing to us, but no, you know, Willie Bragg is saying that the government is threatening mandates, and he with no evidence to back it up.
Holly Horn. Follow the people's CDC.
All I'm saying is I think the United States government learned their lesson from the Canadian fiasco that happened with the truckers, trying to mandate truckers get vaccinated, and they saw the backlash and they saw what happened, and they know that Americans are even crazier about their freedom than Canadians are. Oh, yeah. And I think they just kind of did a little of this, and the Biden administration decided, hey, we need to back off the whole narrative that we're pushing on COVID. And they did. They claimed that the pandemic was over, man. You remember that? Do you guys remember that? Oh, wow. And look, one of my audience members has a 104 temperature degree. Big Jim, the guy that hooks me up, he's in the hospital with COVID. So right now, I know 2 people with COVID. I know 2 people who have COVID right now.
Ivanka. Just comply.
Hey, Ivan. Yeah, just comply. Comply to what, though, Ivan? Ivan, you're going to have to show me the compliance demand.
I know 3 PPL with
show me the compliance demand, and then we could talk about why we shouldn't comply to it. But show me the demand first. But you can't. All you can say is just comply, but you can't show me where they're actually telling you to comply.
I know a full handful of people right now with it.
Love to see a list of the podcasters you watch. My mom also has COVID. I know a full handful of people right now with it. Okay, well, there you go. You know 3 people with COVID? David knows more people than me.
Steven. So they could stop COVID help.
Steven says... Huh? Steven. So they could stop COVID help. So they could stop COVID help. I think I know what you're trying to say there. Prevent funding from the government for trying to mitigate this pandemic. I don't know. We don't have a pandemic anymore, so why am I even talking about it? Right? I mean, that's what the Biden administration did to gain your fucking love and try to win some votes.
Funding.
Guess what? You're going to hate this. We're still in a pandemic. And whether you agree with me or not, don't get mad at me because we might disagree on something. We're still in it. I got 2 friends. They both have COVID. And now one of them told me they've got 3 friends that have COVID. And somebody else just told me they know 2 people with COVID. And Dab says he knows a full handful of people with COVID.
Biden, stop.
Nick Brown just got over COVID. I forgot that. Nick Brown just had COVID. I don't know if Biden has ever thought about anything in his entire life.
Dermatitis for 5 months, so COVID is baby crap to me.
Body dermatitis? Oh my God. You guys that are coming in on Rumble, thank you so much. If you're waiting for me to talk some shit about a certain person, it's not going to happen, so you can leave now if that's why you came here. I know, I'm very aware of what was said about me, and I don't care. Like I said on there, and I'll say it here, I'm going to keep doing my show. You guys are more than welcome to come in and be my friend if you want. That's what's up. Yep, wasn't a walk in the park, says Trendy Nick. I can't even imagine, bro. Not telling. Good morning, Mrs. Ramsey. Me and the husband also have something terrible. We're not testing, just drinking water and resting. Not testing, just resting. There's no need for you to test as long as you isolate. But, testing to find out you have COVID would kind of help you with your narrative a little bit, Mrs. Ramsey. It would. If you have COVID, it would be good to know that you have it so you're not in denial that we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. But, you say you have something terrible. COVID lasts 2 weeks. It's respiratory. You'll have problems breathing. There'll be sneezing, coughing, wheezing, lack of taste and smell, headache, high fever, chills,
I test because I don't want to spread
Do you
it.
have any of those symptoms,
I'd rather
Mrs.
know what
Ramsey?
I'm
Let me
sick
know.
with.
You or your husband, let me know. I test because I don't want to spread it. I'd rather know what... Well, you know, if you isolate, you don't need to test. I'm just saying, if you think you've got something... I don't care if I've got a little cold or a bug or a flu. I stay away from my father. I stay away from my girlfriend. I stay away from my mom. I stay away from everybody. When I walk through the kitchen, I hold my breath. I do. It's like wearing a mask. I just don't breathe. You might think I'm crazy. I don't fucking care. You see me do bong hits. Holding my breath is easy. So I do it sometimes. If I walk into a supermarket and there's a bunch of people walking by, I don't breathe. Yeah, I hold my breath until I get to an aisle where there's nobody there. I do.
Don't just lay around the house.
It works.
Try to do stuff around the house. I still have some symptoms.
You guys might think I'm crazy and I don't fucking care. That's what I do. Don't just lay around the house. Try to do stuff around the house. Oh, no, but sometimes one of these things, all you can do is rest, and that's understandable. Right now, my girlfriend is so sick, she can't even get out of bed. And she doesn't have COVID, but she's got something bad, man, and it's just killing her, man. You know, she can't eat. And she was afraid she was going to have to go to the hospital last night. So I was asking you guys if you guys felt like you were catching anything other than COVID. Because I just got over this thing. It was really bad. Yes, all except fever. Well, sounds like COVID, man. If you're losing your sense of taste.
Holly Horn. Hope she gets better.
I hope you get better, Mrs. Ramsey. Thank you, Holly. That's very sweet of you to say about
Nick.
my girlfriend. Thank you.
Hope she feels better
Thank
soon,
you,
bro.
Nick. I do appreciate
Jake
that.
Worthley.
I'll let her know you guys said that.
I just got over what's called norovirus.
I just had norovirus.
Similar to COVID.
Bro,
Still,
I just had
we
norovirus
still
and it
wear
was
masks
so
in public
bad.
places.
It sucked. It was just relentless because it lasted 3 weeks, and it wasn't like the sickness like, you know, that you normally get. But I'd wake up in the morning and felt like I was hungover and I couldn't get out of bed. Every morning for 3
Dabs
weeks,
for
man.
days. I'm in the same boat with your girlfriend, Nay, wishing her the best speedy recovery.
Thank you, Dabs for days. Headache, back ache, sore throat. Oof. God, that sounds terrible. I'm sorry, Mrs. Ramsey. Everyone, just take care of
Holly
yourselves
Horn.
and try to stay away
I
from
do
people.
too, Steven.
You know, I'm a pro-mask guy. I'm a pro-vax guy. You guys don't know that about me because I never really talk about it on here. But for those of you who choose not to mask and choose not to vaccine, just try to stay away from people when you're sick, and
just went wonky.
just try to be a little
Everything tastes
cautious
like.
and not be so like we used to be, you know, all huggy and up in each other's faces like we used to be. You know, we kind
Dabs 4 days.
of keep a distance now.
Headache, fever, and backache are exactly why I tested and I was positive instantly.
Headache
My
and
back
back.
is killing me with zero prior straining of the back. It's attacking my nerves.
Wow, Dabs for days. So you've got the same symptoms as Mrs. Ramsey. She's also got a backache. Crazy. I never heard of backache being a COVID symptom. Prayers. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Ramsey. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, not telling. Oh, your taste is good. Can still taste the resin. Good. Just as long as you could taste, that's good. You might not have COVID. You might have norovirus. You know, norovirus sucked. And we had sore backs too. My back was sore, man. And I thought it was my bed or something. I'm like, why does my back ache this morning, you know?
Dabs 4 days. I have Lyme's disease, which has compromised my immune system substantially. These viruses really screw me.
I'm sorry, Dabs. That sucks, buddy. Oh, my God. Okay, man. Wow.
Ivanka. My taste is good, I watch Nay. Dabs 4
Ivan,
days.
thank you. That was hilarious.
I'm here for the show though.
I'm here for the show too.
Jake Worthley. I was in the worst pain the first HT of the cold, couldn't sleep or anything, man.
Wow, Jake. I'm sorry, buddy. We have been mixing it up here. Doing a little bit of both on the dabber. And I've really been enjoying the dabs. And there's plenty on here. But I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna put a little more. Wow, you guys, hello and good morning. Thank you for joining. We are going to have some hurricane winds out here. We've had them already today. Lots of rain. Not anything blown down from the trees in the yard, which is amazing. So the winds didn't get over, I would say, 20 mile an hour, maybe gusts of 30. You know, this looks like about a 15 mile an hour gust right here. But nothing major. As we sit here and do the show, we might get some bands. I don't know.
Oh, I just got some dabs again. Cheers, Nick.
Oh, nice,
How
Jake.
close are you to where it's supposed to make landfall?
It's on land right now. It's just hit the land, and it's very, 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 very far away. It's like a 5-hour drive from here to there. 4 hours from here to there. So it's up in the Panhandle, and I'm down in the middle of the state. So it's nowhere near us. We're doing really good. We got lucky. It went more north, and now it's headed back to the east, kind of towards where we are. But it's moving so fast. It's going 18 miles an hour. So by the time the back end whips around, it's going to be well north. So we should be really good, man. We should just get some rainfall here. And that's just me doing this. I could totally be wrong. We could get wiped out. But just from what I'm experiencing, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Okay, man. This is what we do, guys.
Jake Worthley. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Always hope for the best for you, man.
Thank you, Jake.
Jake Fishing. Dodged the bullet.
Yeah, I think we did. Here in Orlando. Okay, let's give this one... I want to give it 30 seconds. So we'll go 23. At 23 minutes into this video. We'll hit this tab. Sherry's, hello. I agree with you. I think we got lucky. Prayers for your girlfriend. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Thank you for popping in. I really do appreciate you guys so much. I know that some people
Dabs 4 days.
Coming in.
Hit an extra one
Coming and
for me,
going. I know what's up. One person came in and unsubscribed. Only one person. So that's cool. If you guys want me to address it, I will, but I'd rather not. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
Hoot in hell. Cheers.
Great. You guys want to just not talk about it? That's fine. I don't want to talk about it either. Excellent. We'll just move on. Black people need to disavow Destiny.
If Destiny don't invite me, you won. The other challenge is to everybody else. All my fellow anti-Destiny enjoyers. Until this motherfucker pays the tuition to invite me on, do not talk to this bro. This Destiny guy.
Jake Worthley.
God damn, what?
Sorry I haven't been so active lately. Feel like I always miss your shows. Been so busy training and building my dog. But I'm a do better to be a better trainer.
Right on, Jake Worthley. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you making the effort to come here. I'm in the process of losing a whole lot of subscribers today from my Rumble channel. And I'm sure that this bleeding isn't going to stop for a while, but I will appreciate the help, guys. I really do. Thank you.
Donated?
Or you and every other black fan, yeah.
Yeah. My own problems. I told these children, I gave them 5 rules a day. I said, graduate high school, further your education, get a trade of some type. If possible, do not have children out of wedlock or until you're married. The other thing was to live below your means and invest in property or stock.
Wow. I gotta say, that's some of the best fucking advice I've ever heard anybody give to anyone. That was great. I agree with every single thing he said.
This guy, sorry. You know, the truth of it is we got to take care of us. I was raised by people who were born in 1922.
I mean, the last thing I would have said was, oh, and don't get married and don't have children ever.
Jake Worthley. Been here over a decade.
That's what I would have said.
The real ones stick around forever.
They told
I mean, what is the point of having children? Seriously. What is the point of having children? Satisfying your own happiness?
Because these people were born before social
So
welfare.
learn to be happy by yourself. You're a better person for it.
This is what you have to do. You take care of each other. Huey Newton said that, leaders don't decide the revolution is going. It's the people. It's the people. So once the people start making that a habit, we get better. And if we as black people start doing the right thing economically, living below our means, not...
Oh, that's Killer Mike. I just realized that.
We'll start to enrich our lives by spending...
I remember him from Bernie Sanders.
We'll start to set up for our grandchildren to be in a better place. But that takes what we told them.
And I got niggas in my fan base that are sub to me and Destiny. So Destiny, I know you're watching this. I will come on your stream after you donate $25K to community movement builders here in Atlanta to address the Stop Cop City movement.
What an asshole. Fuck you. What is that? Fucking blackmail? Bribery? What do you call that? That's
fishing.
What is that?
25K LMAO.
It's not blackmail. It's pay to play, dude. That's whatever the fuck that was. Demanding that to have a conversation, you want him to give to your charity? The charity of your selection? Wow, this dude's fucked up. I'm glad this is on Destiny's channel. Destiny's exposing this dude. This is fucking hilarious.
Destiny donated 10K to the Atlanta Police Department despite him LMAO.
Oh, did he?
If you drop 25K, I will come on your stream and we can have the most banal
Right on
argument.
CJ.
I will talk fast. I will be as edgy. I will get into 2008 FD real quick. I will find that.
You're fucking thirsty, bro.
I will find that.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
Because you need content. And I've read your Reddit. They want me to. Your fans can love me. Oh, they want it so bad.
I don't like you.
I can start an OnlyFans off your fans. They want it so bad. So give them what they want. All you gotta do, you got the money. You're actually wealthy. You're actually wealthy. Drop the 25K, Destiny, and I will come debate you. I will come debate Destiny, Nebraska Steve, about black issues. Cause that's gonna be a riveting conversation. You know what? You're right. 50K. I'm selling myself short.
What a
If
douchebag.
Destiny don't invite me, you won. The other challenge is to everybody else. All my fellow...
Fuck is that when you demand someone pay you?
Until this motherfucker pays the tuition to invite me on, do not talk to this nigga. Do not say
And then he uses
him.
the N-word?
Do not subtweet him.
He uses the N-word and thinks that he's being
Let his channel die.
pro-African American more than
Because
Destiny
he is
is.
not created
Who doesn't use language
to
like
do
that. That's
anything
hilarious
by
because that in
himself.
itself exposes him for the self-loathing racist that he really is.
Their black fans. Ooh,
Wow,
y'all
really, the
Washington
N-word, bro?
Destiny fans,
Really?
I be seeing y'all.
Wow.
Y'all niggas are down bad.
Wow.
It's listen.
It's not just for seasoning and spice. It's like literally just how he talks.
Y'all niggas are down bad.
He's got no respect. He's got no respect for himself, and he's got no respect for anybody else
Not all
either.
of them, but a chunk of them.
I just can't wait for Destiny to chime in on this.
Black girls don't like me.
I'll bet.
Not getting the line in. Where's my hug ass niggas that could not make community with black people for whatever situation? Yes, they have black fans. Yes, they have black fans. Right? There are plenty. Nigga like me showed up and showed
Wow.
the difference between.
Dude, I've never heard so many N-bombs. Dude, this guy's got Rome beat on the N-bombs.
The possibility of where you could be. And now there's an insecurity. Because you love your streamer daddy so much. But FD pointed out how racist
I
they
can't
are.
take this guy anymore, man. I want to move on. Okay, here we go. I think it's cool. Just when I couldn't take it.
That's what he wants. That's
When I couldn't take it anymore, Destiny came on. That's so funny.
what he needs from me.
How many minutes was that?
Have you played
5
the game
minutes.
already?
5 minutes of that guy.
Okay, bye.
Come on your stream. After you donate 25K to community movement builders here in Atlanta to address the Stop Cop City movement, if you drop
Well, Ian, next to
25K,
Verified Sub.
I will come on your stream and we can have the most banal argument. I will talk fast. I will be as edgy. I will get into 2008 FD real quick. I will find that energy. I will find that energy for you, Destiny. Because you need content. And I've read your Reddit. They want me to.
I'll do it for 10K. I'll do it for 10K. Tell him if he wants to do it for 10K.
Wow.
I'll do it for 10K. Not 25 though. He ain't worth that much.
He got up and walked away. Sorry for the delay. Some of us... Okay, so he's got the tweets here. What was the first thing that was up? Whoa. I'm so confused. There was a whole bunch of tweets going up already? I missed that.
I'll do it for 10K.
Okay, Destiny, tell at FD Signifer to unblock me so I can quote tweet him with proof that I've donated the $10,000.
I'll do it for 10K. Tell him if he wants to do it for 10K. I'll do it for 10K.
4 days later and still no check from Nebraska Steve.
A lot of states are banning vaccine mandates.
Yeah, but there are no mandates is the problem, Tina. Your money's getting spent over something that doesn't even exist because everyone's a fucking sucker. It's crazy. How much money did it cost to pass all this stupid legislation for something that's not even an issue? Like I said, show me on the doll where the federal government, forced a goddamn mandate down your throat today. Show me that. No one can seem to produce it. A bunch of people came in, didn't want to say anything, and they left. Yes! Yes! I'm just saying yes right now. It's
Jake
because...
Worsley. BRB.
It's because I love all of you. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Every single one of you. Jake Worthley, Tina Holler, CJ Hill, Dave Fishing, Not Telling, Cherise Ma, chilling in my chat with Miss Ramsey, and Dabs for Days. All of you. I love you all. It doesn't seem like a lot of people, I know. But I just want you guys to know it means everything to me that you guys are all here right now. Thank you so much. There's 26 of you guys here, which is, for me, insane. So thank you guys. Thank you. All right. Here we go. 4 days later and still no check from Nebraska Steve after talking all
Dabs
that
4 days.
shit.
I turn off whatever I have on whenever I get the notification.
Remember, I didn't ask for this man's attention. I've had him blocked for well over a year. He said he was going to drop...
Does doll mean dole?
No, it means doll. He said he was going to drop 10 racks, then I didn't hear shit. Maybe he just wanted me to unblock him. Then, this is what he does. He trolls people so they respond so he can make content. I'm just asking for the smoke and the check he promised. You asking... Then he said, okay, probably take debate, not asking for attention. Lol. He's the one that jumped in my mentions. I can't believe I'm having such a hard time seeing.
What does on the doll mean?
It's a term used by investigators when they're talking to somebody who's been abused, and they show them, and the investigator asks the victim, "Show us on this doll where they hurt you," so you don't have to like reference yourself. You show us on the doll. It's easier, makes it easier for a victim. Sorry you didn't get that reference. It's actually a very common reference. I'm sure you're the only one who asked because you're the only one who didn't get that. I have a feeling. And in fact, if you did a search for Nay's Garden and the word doll, you'd probably see a few titles that were like this in the past.
Patrick John Welder. Good morning, Nay. It's looking windy.
Like, show me on the doll where the cannabis hurt you. You know?
Ivan Ka. I'm an ignorant foo.
Well, there should be at least one in every audience, because for all the other people who are scared to ask the question, you did. So you might be ignorant, but you'll learn faster than anybody else because you're willing to ask questions. And that's cool. It's okay that you didn't know what that means. It's kind of vulgar. So it's a good thing you didn't know what that meant. It says a lot of good stuff about you, Ivan. He's the one that jumped in my mentions with lies looking for the smoke. I only challenged him to literally put his money where his mouth is. Sounds like he made a tactical error in agreeing to in the first place to me. Or running his fucking mouth to begin with when nobody asked for his opinion. Not my problem to solve. So this was 3 months ago. I didn't catch any of this shit.
25 though. He ain't worth that much.
Okay, can't believe you couldn't wait 4 days for your $10,000 anti-police fund donation, so I went ahead and just donated $10,000 to the Atlanta Police Department. Thank you for your generous donation. He's literally showing the receipt from the Atlanta Police Department because Destiny does that shit, man. It's fucking crazy, dude. So we'll see what the response is. Me looking at ABBA and whatever black fans Destiny has left at this point. That's what that other dude said. Like, he feels like African Americans aren't watching fucking Destiny. Oh my God. And he feels like him clowning on Destiny is somehow making them all realize the error of their ways and why they're no longer going to watch them. If you're white and this post made you feel bad, so you know what's really funny, you can't do shit about it, you can't hold me accountable for it, and then I can't even say this because it's racist. I've never policed blackness. If you watch my content, you'll see that I always hold space for black folks who've struggled with anti-blackness before, who have different views. I've never... God, this dude is like yeah, there's systemic racism. There is. But when you accuse everybody, especially the people who are trying to fight for you, those people, of being racist, you're only hurting yourself and you're hurting your movement, man. You know, Destiny wants to help by just exposing truth as he sees. You know, he doesn't get everything right. He's a kid, but he's doing a lot I don't watch him anymore personally, but I've got my own reasons for that, and it's got nothing to do with any of this. This just popped up in my feed, and I thought it just happened. But this was 3 months ago.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi, I'm streaming. What's up?
I saw that you were streaming.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna hit you up.
Yeah, I was just giving you a warning, so.
It's okay. Don't worry. I wasn't gonna be like, "Yo, say the N-word" or something.
Okay, yeah, like we normally do, So yeah, what's up?
Yeah. How come you surround yourself with so many coons?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, did he just say what?
How come you surround yourself with so many Uncle Toms? What's going on there?
This is unbelievable, man.
You know,
Dude.
I guess it just is being a powerful white man. That's what we do.
I've gotten 3 emails. I've gotten people like, "Yo, why are you supporting the Atlanta Police Department?" I got people being like, "Bro, is this Destiny guy a white?" I'm like, "God damn, what I had to go up on the Reddit to figure out what's going on." So you decided to be uber petty and support the...
Hey, fuck you. How about, hey, Destiny, you know what? I think I was wrong about you. Thank you for donating $10,000 to a police department. I actually appreciate that. Maybe they'll get better training. Maybe they'll have better equipment. Maybe they'll hire better people.
Police department?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, I get the whole us versus them thing, and I get Destiny's slight by doing that, but at the same time, he donated $10,000 to a city, he doesn't even fucking live in. How many people will do that?
This guy has wanted, or we've talked about debating for a while, but he's always like, "Oh, like I'm too good for this guy. I'm never gonna waste my time."
Biggest waste of 10K ever.
But now,
Well,
for some reason, something happened. Something changed. He's like, okay.
They'll get 10K on a single meth head off the street, and they'll take that money instantly, and they'll, yeah, you're right. But at the same time, man,
Tax write-offs are nicked.
at the same time, he donated money, and it wouldn't matter. I mean, he gets to choose the fucking. When I said, he has to donate to an organization of your picking. No, how about he gets to pick the organization, which he did, and that's fine with me, and I don't care who he donates to.
I'll debate you.
But
if you want to debate me, you've got to donate $25,000 to my organization. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know who you are to demand that I donate $25,000 to some org to debate you.
Isn't that funny? That's exactly what I said.
But I was like, if you make it 10,000, I'll do it. So then he says, okay, make it 10,000. I said, all right, well, unblock me and I'll do it. So he unblocks me, and then the next day he blocks me again immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess I had like a 12-hour window to donate. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. If I had like a 12-hour window, because this guy's so important, I guess he must not want my $10,000 too badly. So I'll just give it to the competing organization, which his org is like an anti-cop co-op or some bullshit. So I figured I'd donate the 10K to the cops instead. So fuck it.
Okay.
Funny.
I was a petty energy.
It worked to get but see,
I do. I'm a petty person.
I disagree when you say biggest waste of 10K ever, Ivan. Because how big of a fuck you was that to that dude that just constantly uses the N-word and is calling him a racist? Ivan, think about it. That's that meme. That's that meme, man.
Like, yo, be the bigger. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Me
Yay in the garden, Ursa. Freaking oracle, Ken. Time for some work. Gotta go. Ursa was here and now she's gone.
I just got one question.
CJ Hill.
Is like the
Destiny got
Atlanta
the big
Police
W.
Department terrible? Like I didn't even read up fully on this Cop City thing, so I'm not aware. But is it just some kind of giant facility where they're going to do training and they're going to basically like house cops for special stuff? Like, what is wrong with this Cop City thing?
I have to do more research to find out why people are so fucking mad about it. But the reality is, and this might be a hot take, there aren't any really
thought
like
about it, and
super
that black
horrible
dude
police
is just a
departments in the United
Right?
States. There are
I
some
agree.
areas where people
I agree.
around
Ivan,
is not
well
good,
said.
But when it comes to like the major cities,
Destiny's
if there was
cool,
a
man.
major
He
city
is. I
with a
mean,
horrible police department,
he's-
like shit would be.
I don't know
really
where he
fucked.
ended up on the
So,
whole
no, it's
NFT
pretty
thing, and
tough.
I'm really kind of curious.
I don't know if I believe that.
Sure.
I don't think I would believe that.
I don't know if you're allowed to say the word NFT in this
Define
chat.
to me what would be a really bad police department.
Like lynching black people and like nobody's getting charges for it, or like.
I feel like that standard's kind of bullshit. If that's your standard.
Well,
If your standard for what is really bad, then I don't know. To me,
Well, sure, but that's what the rhetoric in the United States is. Yeah, that's what it basically makes
that's
it
like
seem.
they say, oh, racism doesn't exist because people don't go around lynching people. It's like, no, there's like different forms that they can take. It doesn't have to be just that. You don't think so?
No, I mean I would agree, but in the United States, if you talk to these activists online, they basically tell you like, yeah, black people can, or cops can kill black people with impunity, and they never catch charges for it or whatever. That's essentially what they believe. You can go ask them. You don't have to. It's not like I'm doing like a bad faith summary of what they believe, but this is literally what they believe. So.
Sure, there's definitely going to be the extreme part where they're actually. I think it's very common that if a police officer does anything, the assumed thing is that they were out to lynch a black man or kill them. Like those are always stupid. I always think about that case of that girl who's about to stab somebody, and then the cop showed up and shot her before she stabbed this other girl.
Yeah, Jesus
Like, oh, what the you couldn't disarm her or shoot her in the arm? I'm like, you guys are retards. Like, yeah, you have to shoot her. And if that was your daughter, you'd be ecstatic that he shot the other girl that was about to stab your daughter. I don't give a nobody says that black family whose daughter lived because the officer stopped the woman who's about to stab her are f***ing happy. You're just out here playing like armchair special ops. Shut the f*** up. So I definitely agree with
You
like,
hear
the
this?
side of it. But I would
So
say
it looks like Destiny or somebody's gone through and edited out the curse words, but they made sure to leave in all those N words that other dude was saying, so everybody could hear how that guy talks. That's
you're
hilarious.
burdened for what is like, a terrible police department.
Holy
I
shit.
I just think like you're burdened.
He exposed him, man.
Well, I mean, I would say that like a.
Go ahead.
I
would say,
wonder.
like, a bad police department is probably one that
Dave
it
Fisher.
has like a poor track record.
I
of
wonder
holding
where
someone
this is going to go.
accountable.
This
Maybe
goes
abnormally
on for
low, like
20
clearance
more,
rates for certain crimes,
26
or bad
more
response times
minutes.
Or whatever.
And
That's
I
what
just
would consider
wonder
to be,
if-
like a bad police department.
Does he ever
But in the United States, it's almost ubiquitously just like counted in lynchings. Essentially,
he's just
that's what it seems like. Online.
discussing it now?
Okay. Do you ever think
Okay.
that there are ways in which let's see here.
I think that's cool. I think I've heard enough of that. Let's move on. Wow, it's all Destiny recommend. Every single channel, Destiny. That's all recommend. That is so weird. Dude, why am I having such a hard time seeing today, I wonder? Is it because I've got the screen smaller? I think it is, man, but no, I think there's something wrong with my eyesight today. It's blurry. I need to eat some carrots and some leeks. You guys, let me tell you a little story. It happened to me in Northern California. This is one of the funniest things you're going to hear all day. Especially those of you who cook, and those of you who understand what leeks are. Leeks if you don't know, leeks are like onions on steroids.
Jake Worthley. Alright, I'm back.
Hey Jake, in other words, if you were going to use leeks to spice something up or whatever, you wouldn't want to use a lot of it. It's very potent and very powerful. Well, I didn't know that. And I bought them at the store, at the grocery store, because I didn't really know what they were. I thought they were like a healthy thing that you could put into a smoothie type thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I got home and I tasted the leeks and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking horrible. I was like, I got the wrong thing. I don't know what the fuck these are. You know, it's like an onion, but it's like an onion that's been like supercharged onion, man. You can't even understand how sharp leeks are. They are so powerful. You guys that know leeks, let me know in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, right? Here's the story. Well, at this time in my life, I was trying to lose weight and I was doing a good job because I was juicing, you know? And I was like, well, I'm not going to throw these down the garbage disposal. I said, I'm just going to fucking juice them and see if all the other things I'm putting in covers
Jake
the flavor.
Worthley. Never eaten one but sold a bunch as a produce mana.
Raw leeks, guys. I juiced the raw leeks. And I put in a whole bunch of other shit. And I tasted it, and it was the absolute worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. It was so bad. And I forced myself to drink the whole goddamn smoothie.
Dave Fishing. Us.
Dude, I drank it, and I don't know why, but for 24 hours, and this is true almost instantly, for 24 hours, I had
Worthley. Sounds like a good cleanser.
I had crystal clear 20/20 vision. I mean, I could look at something very close up like this, and this is, I can't read anything on this letter. I would have looked at this, I would have been able to read the fine print and everything as if I was wearing magnifying. For 24 hours, that's how clear my eyes got. And I was like, dude, they should make pills with concentrated leeks, you know, and somehow, I don't know, filter out that fucking disgusting onion flavor or whatever. But it could give you, like, it could improve your eyesight. It was crazy. You know, you could Google that shit. Okay, Google. Are leeks good for your eyes?
According to WebMD, leeks contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two substances that protect the eyes.
Reduces the risks of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration.
Eugene government audits.
There you go.
Hi.
Hey, Eugene. So, a little hack on your eyesight. Juiced leeks. But you're not going to be able to stand the flavor. I mean, maybe it only takes a little bit. Like I said, it lasted for 24 hours.
Cannabis yields. Eat for a stew maybe. Eugene government audits. Please say hi.
Eugene Government Audits. Hello, Eugene Government Audits, and welcome to my garden. I am Trendy Nay. Eugene Government Audits is here for everyone to say, for Nay to say hello, and please say hi.
Eugene government audits. YouTube is censoring you live chat.
Why, when I say curse words? What do you mean they're censoring my live chat? Well, you've only said 3.
Eugene government audits. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, all social media outlets censor. I mean, I censor, bro. You know? My audience knows that if they try to say certain words, they're not going to come out fully on my chat because I've blocked certain groups of letters. Right? We have an audible chat here.
Eugene government audits. They are censoring me.
They censor a lot of people. What is it that you're trying to say, Eugene? Well, and welcome to my show, Eugene Government Audits. I sang you a little song. I hope you appreciated that. You didn't even say thank you. Kind of hurt my feelings.
Eugene government audits. Pretty sad.
What's pretty sad? Do you audit the government?
Eugene government audits. Hold on.
Okay, I'll hold on. Eugene's all, hold please. Corporate account speaking. Corporate
Eugene
accounts Mona
government
speaking.
audits.
Just a moment.
Give me a
Corporate
moment.
accounts Mona speaking. Just a moment. Corporate accounts Mona speaking. Just a moment. Corporate accounts Mona speaking. Just a moment. Corporate accounts Mona speaking. Oh boy, here we go, guys.
Eugene government audits.
Oh boy.
I don't understand what you are saying.
We got some wind and rain going on outside. Hurricane conditions. I don't understand. Oh, I'm saying corporate accounts Mona speaking. Just a moment. Always. Testy. Always testy. What's your name? Always. When I say your name, do I have to go?
Eugene government audits. They removed that comment once before.
I don't understand what you're saying. They removed that comment once before. Eugene government audits. I'm here. Hey, Nay in the garden. Okay, you're gone. You gotta go. Sherry's is here, everybody. Sherry's. What are we smoking? What we smoking?
Eugene government audits.
What we smoking?
I audit free speech on the internet.
I audit free speech on the internet. Bro, I'm a free speech absolutist. I am a free speech absolutist. So I appreciate what you do.
Eugene government audits. I don't find much.
You don't find much free speech on the internet. Go to Rumble. Why are you on fucking YouTube, bro? You should be on Rumble. Let me give you a link. Holy shit. You want to find free speech?
Eugene government audits. But you admit to censorship.
Well, that's my own personal thing, dude. I have to do it over here. I'm going to get banned on YouTube. I have to censor my chat. You understand how that works? It's not up to me, bro. I have to go by the rules of the services that I choose to put these videos up on. They've got some standards and shit. If I'm going to have a chat readout, you know, or if I'm going to have crazy people on that say things that I don't know what they're going to say, I have to be prepared for the consequences of those things. And trust me, I don't want to get strikes on my channels on YouTube, bro. So as much as I love and support free speech...
Eugene government audits. You admitted a few moments ago that you censor.
Did I just explain it to you or not? You and I are basically in real time. Are you not understanding what I just said to you?
Government audits. You are just weak.
Bullshit. I'm on fucking Rumble, dumbass. All right, come on over to Rumble. I just gave you a link. Quit being a little bitch. Come over to Rumble where we can talk freely, and I'll shut down my fucking shit tube channel. And I'll show you what I mean. But until then, we're going by YouTube rules.
He knows that. Fake account. That's why he's using this persona to get close so he can troll. That's why he opened with censored comments. To start with good aces so he can work you up. Arafat Nakba.
Well, Billy.
More stew cheers.
Do away with him, Billy. Billy.
Please don't shut down the YouTube.
Billy. Billy. Make him go away. Do your thing, Billy. Silence him, Billy. Silence him.
Eugene government audits.
Billy is still speaking.
How can you be a free speech absolutist? Ivanka. This guy gives one of the auditors a bad name.
Because it gives me a chance to express myself, and it's fucking hilarious. No, it's a great question. How can I be a free speech absolutist? Because I am.
I don't see him. He blocked me right away.
Oh, I got you. I got you, bro. I want to have this conversation for a second. Because he's allowing me to say exactly what I want to say right now, which is perfect. It's a great question. You know, I wish legitimate people would come in and ask me questions like this. How can I be a free speech absolutist and then censor what's going up on my YouTube channels? Oh, that's simple. Because if I violate the rules of YouTube, you won't see me on there anymore because they'll take my channels down. So I have to censor it because I have an open chat that allows people to say whatever they want.
Who in hell?
If you can't figure out how to get your point across to me without violating those terms, I can't help you. You know, we go to Rumble and you can say whatever the fuck you want. But, you know, as far as I talk tough, about what? What do you mean? What do you mean I talk tough? What do you mean? Like I'm a tough guy? What do you mean? Like I'm gonna knock you out? What? I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich? I'll send you to the retirement community. Steve Running, what's up? Weren't you on YouTube, Steven? Steven! Weren't you just on YouTube? Why are you saying good morning again? Oh, because you're saying good morning on Rumble. To the Rumblers. I get you. I got you.
Eugene government audits. About free speech. Restream.io. Congratulations.
Yeah, let me do that.
You've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
How can I be a free speech absolutist and then control the speech on my platforms on YouTube and Facebook? Because Facebook will do the same fucking thing. It's really simple. I believe that anybody wants to go say whatever.
Ivanka. I give the cops a pass with Eugene govt.
Whatever the fuck they want to say, as long as, you know, it's not affecting me personally. You go out and say whatever the fuck you want to say wherever it's allowed, and I totally support that. I'm a free speech absolutist. I'm also smart enough to know that YouTube isn't a free speech absolute platform, and that certain words and certain statements will get your channel taken down. So it's really that simple. So now I'm going to block you because my friend Billy said that you're a fucking troll bitch. And I agree. So now you're fucking blocked. But thank you for allowing me to express that so that hundreds of people that are going to see this video on Rumble are going to hear how I feel about free speech. Yeah, I love free speech and everyone should have it. And if you want to spew filth, then go forth and spew filth. You know, so if that's what you have to do, go do it. That's why we've got it in the United States. That's why we've got free speech. You know, when you speak out against the government or the Queen or the royal family in the UK, you can get in a lot of trouble over there. I've always looked at that as fucking psychotic. So I don't support that kind of fucking shit. You know, and if you want to make threats against the government, valid threats, and then the government sends an agency to your home to investigate that, well, that's part of you having that platform and being able to express yourself in a place where people are going to hear you. And you're just going to have to make that decision on what line you're going to stand behind and which line you're going to fucking cross. You know? I like podcasting. I enjoy doing what I do. If that right was taken away from me, I wouldn't have as much fun. And you know what? I like having fun. This is fun for me. So I have to follow the rules. It's just like if you want to play football because you have fun playing football. You got to follow the rules. You can't just pull out a gun and start shooting all the players on the other team. Right? That would be against the rules. So, you know, I got to deal with shit lips and the goddamn re-engineer crew over there at YouTube. And this is what I have to do. And up until Rumble came out, you know, we were on YouTube way before freaking Rumble came out. That was my option. That was it. You know, we didn't have other live streaming services. So I had to abide, man. I got in trouble plenty of times for things that were said on this show. Got strikes. Had to fucking, I don't know how many appeals I've won. You know?
Ivanka. There is a guitar channel who had feds show up at his house blocking the driveway cause he made a very harmless joke using the word ISIS.
Oh my god, yeah, I can imagine. And you know what's crazy is that's a name of a popular television show when I was a kid. You know? And then, you know, I thought the dumbest thing in the world was when Barack Obama tried to change the name to ISIL. And I was like, dude, no, man, Streisand effect, don't do it. You're really that dumb, but the Democrats really are that dumb. They really are that dumb. I've seen it so many times. They push you and their beliefs so far and so radically that the other side feels the need to push back just as radically. You accomplish nothing, or you just make the world even more screwed up. Wow. That's crazy, dude. Six days ago, Florida man caught on camera injecting chemicals into neighbor's door. Injecting chemicals into neighbor's door. Tampa Bay. Dude. What the fuck is he doing?
Dave Fishing. Yeah, they arrested his is.
What was the substance, dude? Holy shit. That's great. Dude, what is that?
To be inside that very home.
Our new tonight here at 10 o'clock, a pretty incredible story of a family of three wondering why their baby daughter kept getting sick and why they had a
Bonsai
strange
house.
odor in their home.
He was
it their
squirting
partner?
it under
Was
the
it
door.
Water?
Chemistry
Well, when they
student.
saw this, a man injecting some sort of chemical through the bottom of their door into their home, they knew their lives could be in jeopardy. Fox 13's Janae Lewis is here with us in studio tonight with this story. Janae, we're speechless here.
Dude.
Yeah, it's hard to watch that video and not feel any other way. The family says the excitement they had of moving into their new home quickly turned into terror, and you saw why. As a frustrated neighbor took his concerns too far, now they're afraid to be inside that very home.
It is extremely scary.
Umar Abdullah says it's very difficult to talk about the last few months.
Dave
He says
Production
he
shot.
from a downstairs neighbor over noise.
So after my daughter was born in August last year, his complaint, like footstep complaint, drawer closing.
But escalated.
What is the point of showing the camera crew, dude? Oh my god.
Outside, because we were suspecting someone is basically tampering
Bonsai
on
house.
from outside.
Don't
Now
think
all
we
I
have
can
all
think
our
about-
Neighbor
I wouldn't.
injecting something.
Dudes would try it
through
cause
our
humans
door.
are sick creatures.
Now all I can think about is that there's other people in that room standing there doing shit, and I can't listen to a word that guy is saying because they showed the fucking camera crew. You don't do that for that very reason. That's why you don't show the camera. That's why you don't show the woman who's interviewing them like that in that position. You don't do that because people are not going to pay attention to what's going on screen anymore. What are you making? Some kind of a fucking action thriller? What is this, Black Mirror? Stop.
He says a friend noticed an unusual chemical odor in their home in May. They checked the appliances,
Dave
hoping
fishing.
to determine the source of the
Is
smell.
there sunshine at your house?
A month
LOL. Wow.
later, Umar says his eyes started
Humans
to
are
burn,
sick creatures.
and his daughter was coughing and throwing up. He says the smell had returned, so he checked the water heater.
No
nearby,
sunshine, no.
Finding a strong odor.
I was bending down.
All overcast.
All to that place, and then
After replacing it, Umar says the odor and discomfort returned. This is when he set up the hidden camera.
on June 27th, I found that our neighbor is coming with a syringe. He's pulling something from a vial and then he's injecting through our entry door. If we could not have found that incident on the camera,
What was the chemical, do we
after
know?
2 days, we might have been just dead.
He called police, and records show Zooming Lee was arrested and charged with multiple counts of battery and possession of a controlled substance. The report identified him as a USF student.
Dave
A spokesperson
fishing.
from USF says he's no
Methadone,
longer
hydrocodone.
enrolled as of this summer. He was a PhD student in
Methadone?
the chemistry department.
If
Hydrocodone?
people use their knowledge, this extreme knowledge, to harm people, I mean, they can be even more dangerous.
Ivanka.
Umar says he
It
was
was
told
CBD
Zooming
oil,
is in the
LOL.
process of
CBD
relocating, but they're still very uneasy, never thinking their home would become a place that they now fear.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can
They were
never
all just
expect a
high.
neighbor. I mean, I can never imagine to expect something like that happen to anyone. And I wish no one else would have to go through a
Dave
situation
fishing.
like this ever in
It
their
must
life.
have some horrible smell.
Umar says several agencies are now investigating, waiting for final lab reports to determine the exact substance that was injected, but he says they were hazardous chemicals. The family is hoping to relocate, but
Only in America can people come from different continents and countries come together in an apartment complex where they can try to fucking kill each other. I mean, with poison under the door. What the fuck?
as we report all the time,
Dave
housing
fishing.
isn't the easiest to find.
PAHAH.
Truly the melting
Janae
pot.
Lewis, Fox 13 News.
Dave fishing. Asians vs Hispanics.
To know what they're planning and when they want to implement it if you want to sidestep or even stop it. So, without further ado, let's dig in. The report begins with a brief introduction, apparently written by Antonio himself. In the first few sentences, he reveals that the proposals in this report are expected to be approved and adopted by global governments at the Summit of the Future in September 2024. Mark your calendars. Antonio also reveals that he is the one behind the broader UN initiative that this report is related to. We find that very hard to believe given the detail and scope of these initiatives and reports. It's more than likely that Antonio is being advised by someone, and it's possible he's not writing these reports at all. Anyway, speculation aside, Antonio underscores the fact that all the policies in this report are intended to help achieve the UN's SDGs. For context, the SDGs are a set of 17 milestones that every country is supposed to meet by 2030. The SDGs appear to be the origin of things like digital IDs, CBDCs, and that 2030 date you see everywhere. Antonio goes on to explain that these policies can only be achieved with the
that
help
accent,
of
I believe
so-called
anything he says.
stakeholders, a word that effectively refers to the world's most powerful individuals and institutions. Note that private sector stakeholders want profits and public sector stakeholders want control. This is why both parties are obsessed with digitization. Plugging everyone into the system increases profits and makes it easier to control them. Antonio laments the fact that some people aren't as plugged in as others and seems to imply that this is the reason why inequality is growing around the world.
Bonsai house.
Some would say that
Okay,
the real
found.
reason inequality
Dude
is
was
growing
right.
is because central
It
banks
was a
and
secondary
governments
compound
are
that
lining their
produces an
pockets
airborne
and
gas
the
by
pockets of their
synthesizing
cronies
methadone with
using money that has
hydrocodone.
been printed
It's
or
supposed
taken
to
from
put you
the
to sleep
average
and numb
person
nerves.
via taxation.
New York Times.
But that's a topic for another time. Antonio also laments the fact that new and innovative technologies such as AI and crypto are not being sufficiently governed, that is, controlled. He seems to applaud the digitization that resulted from the pandemic and seems to imply that this is the direction the world should go in. Antonio ends the introduction by saying that a, quote, global digital compact is necessary to, quote, achieve the governance required
New York
for
Times.
a sustainable
Crazy.
digital future. By now, you'll know that governance...
With that accent, I believe anything he
control,
says.
And you'll also notice that Antonio threw the word sustainable in there out of nowhere.
Juice
This
Man.
could be a subtle reference to the individual...
Juice Man, Jake, what's up, buddy? Welcome over to the Rumble. Rumbling on the Rumble. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are great. I do appreciate it so much.
Carbon credit score system the UN is trying to set up. More about that in the description. Now, the first part of the report is about what's required for global digital cooperation. Antonio, or whoever wrote this, explains that it requires having a set of shared goals. Lo and behold, the SDGs are literally highlighted in blue. Antonio then stresses that we must fully digitize the remaining 2.7 billion people ASAP. Incredibly,
The freaking
he seems to
oracle.
acknowledge that not everyone wants to be a part of this system. He says that a, quote, demand pull is also needed and that this is where the public sector can play a role. He explains that they can do this by making things like digital
Liking the way the
ID
platform, this
mandatory
platform is
to
set up.
access public health services.
Yeah.
Antonio includes, quote, schools and cultural services in this list, which begs the question of whether you'll eventually need to show a digital ID to get an education or practice your religion. Knowing Antonio, the answer is probably yes. At least this digital prison will be sustainable, renewable, green, etc. Jokes aside, Antonio calls on both the public and private sector to make all their data accessible so that the UN can keep track of how close countries are to meeting the SDGs. He admits that the UN has had a hard time assessing whether countries have achieved 41% of the SDGs in accordance with the 2030 date. He then pivots to a topic that he's been passionate about on Twitter lately, and that is online safety, aka censorship. He says that, quote, open, safe and secure use of the internet is slipping away from us, potentially permanently. Obviously, he blames this on disinformation, hate speech and the like. He acknowledges that some countries have taken steps to censor the internet, something that we've also covered in another video, but says that this isn't enough. He says that governments need to get more involved, both online and in the real world, and that they should crack down on hate speech. He also says that the, quote, global nature and infrastructure of the internet needs to be protected.
Okay, let me just skip ahead here. Okay. Here's the plan.
Brainer. He then provides a long list of UN entities that will assist with implementation. Oddly enough, Antonio doesn't believe that all of these existing UN entities are enough. He reveals that he wants to establish an annual digital cooperation forum after all the world's governments agree to the Global Digital Compact at the Summit of the Future in September 2024. What's hilarious is that he doesn't even ask for feedback about this idea. He literally says that he's just going to go ahead and start planning the agenda for this new forum. Would-be members of the forum already have homework. Every year, they're going to write a big report about digitization for the UN. Antonio concludes the report by recounting how the UN began this digitization initiative 4 years ago, and how he released an initial roadmap for it 2 years ago. A partial timeline can be seen here. Note that it doesn't end with that event in 2024. It ends instead with the World Summit on the Information Society Review in 2025. Antonio then declares that, quote, the time for talking about the need for digital cooperation has long passed. We need to focus on how we make this a reality. We need to act now and with speed if we are to recover the potential of digital technologies for the equitable and sustainable development that is slipping away from us and the planetary crisis that confronts us. Quick, throw your freedoms away. On that note, we couldn't help but notice that Antonio refers to countries as states, presumably in the global government structure the UN is currently trying to create. Antonio reveals that the UN is already actively discussing digitization
Cheers, Griffin.
with states, so they are presumably on board. The remainder of the document provides a list of all the different UN entities and stakeholders involved in this particular initiative. An infographic of the key players can be seen here. I can't say I recognized any of them, but something tells me that the rabbit hole runs right to the center of the earth with each one. So, this brings me to the big question, and that's what you can do to stop this global digital compact.
Hope you are dabbing good.
Well, this is a bit of a trick question.
Global digital
because it hasn't
compact.
even started. The answer could be as simple as letting history run its course, or as complex as trying to convince public institutions to steer clear of it. The simple answer is to reference all the countless UN initiatives that never came to pass. As you can imagine, coordinating hundreds of institutions and tens of thousands of individuals isn't easy. Everyone must be on the same page, or else international goals don't get met. In case you haven't noticed, the world is pretty fragmented right now, and that's why Antonio
Cheers, everybody.
is so
No law
frustrated.
regarding cannabis.
Internationally, the
Juice
global
Man,
south is slowly cutting
Sherry's,
itself off from the
Steve,
global north.
Ursa's gone, I think.
Domestically,
Oracle,
political
Griffin,
tensions are rising
Billy,
fast, and
Ivan,
UN-affiliated
Dave Kafishin.
ideologies
Cheers, guys.
are quickly becoming unpopular. In this climate, it's impossible to achieve widespread consensus. The fact that some of the UN's initiatives are bad for the average person makes the presence of countries not conforming to a consensus a problem. That's because the average person will be able to compare outcomes and see what effects the UN has. And if we end up getting some kind of financial crisis, then it's guaranteed that neither the UN's Global Digital Compact nor the SDGs will add up to a hill of beans. Consider that the 2008 financial crisis stopped the SDGs dead in their tracks, and they were also on year 8 of a 15-year journey. It would be spooky if history repeated itself this year. But, for the sake of entertainment, let's assume that the UN somehow gets all of its ducks in a row. In this case, trying to convince public institutions to defect from its digitization agenda will be extremely difficult. That's because the UN can pressure them to comply using other public and private institutions. Not only that, but some of the UN's digital initiatives, such as CBDCs, may initially appear appealing to the average person. This means that there's likely to be lots of voluntary adoption at the outset.
We're fucked.
It's not until later that the populace will realize that they've sleepwalked into digital slavery. As such, the only solution would be to create an alternative system or help an existing alternative system
Crypto,
grow.
Bitcoin.
It just so happens that this is what the UN fears the most, especially when this alternative system consists of rapidly evolving technologies such as AI and cryptocurrency. Indeed, the fact that the UN fears these kinds of technologies is proof that they are a part of the solution.
Get in, guys.
If the UN gets
Get in,
its way
get
though,
on.
it could become a part of the problem too. Thankfully,
Tap in,
technology
folks.
moves much faster than the United Nations and is also much humbler than the UN's head honcho, so it's very unlikely. Let's just hope this doesn't result in a different kind of digital dystopia.
Who's in hell?
And
Oh,
that's
I'm
all
on.
for today's video. If you learned something new, let me know by smashing that like button.
So, what it really takes to save the planet? Whatever. We're not doing any of it. I bet we're not doing any of it.
After exhausting every other option, Jessica Reznicek and Ruby Montoya decided to take matters into their own hands. In the previous months, they had helped Indigenous water protectors blockade construction, raised their voices at public hearings, participated in marches, took on hunger strikes, and
Oh, Cherise, my Cherise Amour.
construction of the Dakota Access
We'll see you next show,
Pipeline in
hon. Take care.
2016. But all of those
Hey,
efforts
Cherise.
failed. So as journalist Julie
Cherise, before you leave, Cherise, before you leave, can I talk to you for a second? Are you still here? Okay. Good. For everybody that came in here from Rumble, from Truth Social, I would just want you to know, if you haven't checked yet today, I don't want you to not know about what's going on. So please go check your feeds and catch up on all that stuff. I hope you choose not to unfollow me. I really do. If you guys don't know about it, I don't really want to talk about it, but we could, but I just don't want to. I just figure it's the elephant in the room, and I don't want any of you walking away from here without knowing about it or hearing it from me first. So please go check your feeds, and you know, I want you to have a full view of all the facts of what's going on, and I don't want to take advantage of our friendship. So there you go, guys. All right, educate yourselves.
Julia Shipley reports, they began to destroy critical infrastructure.
Thank you, Cherise,
along
for
the
letting me
pipeline route.
say that. I
For
just wanted to catch
months
you
on
before
end,
you walked
they
out.
welded valves shut and burned down essential equipment throughout Iowa. To prevent the inevitable spills and rampant emissions that would come from the Dakota Access Pipeline, Reznicek and Montoya took to sabotage. For them, it was the only route forward after all other avenues were exhausted. But they were just two people against the might of a determined fossil fuel company. So
Okay.
despite their campaign
Thanks,
of
Cherise.
infrastructural violence, the Dakota Access Pipeline started flowing. In this crucial era, where massive transformative action is necessary to stave off the worst of climate change,
We're not.
we need to be considering the range of tactics available to us to actually achieve that monumental
No,
change.
you know what I said a
For
long time
decades,
ago?
the climate movement
When we finally start trying to do anything like this, we're going to be so tied up with trying to repair infrastructure from these storms that are going to be coming in. This is just the beginning, man. We're going to have earthquakes and shit, man. We could have volcano eruptions, all kinds of crazy shit. The planet's getting hotter. Just wait, we're going to get more hurricanes, tornadoes, massive fires, ocean acidification, rising sea level, and as these storms come in, we're going to be trying to just play catch up, guys. There's not going to be any resources left to try to mitigate what's unmitigatable.
GM brother just got to work.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good to see you.
Has been steeped in ideologies of nonviolence, mass marches, peaceful blockades, divestment, and raising awareness. And though support is growing, we are still barreling past 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming and headed towards 2.7 degrees, which would cascade irreversible tipping points. So as the climate crisis sharpens, the question becomes, at what point do we need to escalate towards more radical acts? Today we dive into the role of property violence in the climate movement. What does that mean? Is violence justified? And what a climate movement in an increasingly hotter
How's that
world
hurricane
might
doing
look
out there?
like. This video is made possible by Ground News.
Dude, you know, I can't even be playing this shit. I can't believe YouTube has it up there, but I can't be playing this shit. So, whatever. I mean, I'm just, dude, this channel, I'm sure they can do whatever they want. They got 500,000 subscribers. But little old me and my 25,000, not going to get away with it. Leave Oliver Anthony alone.
J.R. Ryder. Ha ha ha.
Days ago, Hurricane Ian, 10 hours of video of a hurricane. 22 hours ago, the secrets of the universe. A rare comet is approaching our planet. It can now be seen in the sky. It's like, oh fuck, dude, don't look up. It's funny. Comet Nishimura. They will accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible 3 hours ago. This is a warning. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. You know what time it is. It's time for another edition of Rich People Are Good.
Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff.
All the Bitcoin that's out there, and I'm making this video so that you understand that it's actually happening right in front of
like he's the only one.
Noses. That doesn't make any sense. One of the major companies within the cryptocurrency space who has constantly been in the news is called MicroStrategy. You've definitely seen them before. You've heard them about. You heard about them before.
Heard them about.
This channel,
you heard them about.
CEO is called Michael Saylor. He is probably one of the largest Bitcoin bulls, Bitcoin maximalists, who's out there. One of his main goals, it appears in life, is to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. MicroStrategy is the only public company who has openly announced actively that they have an egregious amount of Bitcoin. We've heard from a number of other companies before.
This guy's wordy.
That they own 3,000 Bitcoin, 14,000 Bitcoin, which is a lot. It's not like 14,000 Bitcoin is an insane amount of Bitcoin. We hear about them all the time, but MicroStrategy is one of the very few who we've heard from who actually owns so much that it's actually a little scary, because they're probably going to be one of the first multi-trillion dollar companies that we have on the planet. One of the ways that they've actually been buying tons of Bitcoin is by issuing debt and or like selling shares of their companies to other companies in exchange for money that they then use to buy huge amounts of Bitcoin. They recently announced that they have plans once again to sell over $700 million worth of company shares to make money to be able to buy more Bitcoin. They announced that recently they also purchased another $14 million worth of Bitcoin a couple of weeks ago, and they plan to do the same exact thing all over again. The company, as far as we know right now, holds 152,800 Bitcoin. That is one company. This is why I said we've spoken about them before. I believe the last time we spoke about them, they had 147,000 or something like that. The CEO, Michael Saylor, I think he also has high 5 digits and or 6 digits amount of Bitcoin as well. That is to say over 50,000 and or 100,000 Bitcoin. I think it's somewhere roughly around that number. It's somewhere on the internet.
I mean, who cares, man? Get to the point.
At least in this video, has to do with MicroStrategy, the company. Not to sound too much like a broken record, it's just,
yeah, shut up.
Banks,
get to the point.
institutions, and countries. That is a very big one for me as well. I think a lot of people aren't understanding, and I'm not sure how. Like it's basic. They're not understanding the significance of countries buying up tons of Bitcoin, of hundreds of banks who have openly announced on their websites or inside.
God, it takes them 5 minutes to say one thing.
Cannot offer Bitcoin to someone unless the bank actually has Bitcoin themselves. So not the longest video in the entire world. Anything that we've seen before in the past. It is now noted that 80% of all the Bitcoin out there is now controlled by wallets that simply have over 100 Bitcoin. It's a massive amount of cryptocurrency that is being accumulated just by, at the moment, the hyper wealthy. And I think that they are so...
God, dude. That's a lot of Bitcoins. Holy shit. Hell yeah. All right. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for
Dave Fishing.
Thank you for the
Bong
thumbs
Rip.
ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups on Rumble. I appreciate that, guys. And thank you for following the Rumble channel. I appreciate that. You know, we will talk more as the days go on. I'll tell you, we'll keep you informed as to what's going on with this hurricane over here. Our internet reset, our power flickered off for 1 second. I don't know if our generator is on. Mom, is the generator on? No. Okay. No.
Well, you know what? It may be.
Hoot in hell. Hashtag keep it open. Keep us posted on your guys' safety.
You know, it does a test.
No, I know. I was just wondering if the power was
Dave
out.
Fishing.
All right.
Mine hasn't flicked once.
Cool. Yeah, just like flickered, whatever. All right, you guys, love y'all. Take care, and I will see you
J.R. Ryder.
on the next show.
Stay safe, brother.
All right, yeah, enjoy your days, everybody. Yes, hashtag keep it open. Hell yeah. And remember, if you guys can
Hoot in hell. Thanks, Nick.
if you guys can produce anywhere where a government official that represents the United States federal government
Arafat
is
Nakba.
threatening you with any
Med love and
mandates,
Respect, bro.
I challenge you just to bring it forward and show it to me so I can expose it on here, because I'm against that, but I'm also for the truth. So if it's not real, you know, it's all these states that are passing anti-mandate bills are for mandates that don't exist. So, I mean, while I'm glad they want to be free and shit, it's more like they just want you to see a problem that doesn't exist and turn us against each other. So be on the side of the truth like me. We'll all be on the same side. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.